CRG TV 9. This is First Alert Weather Now.
Well, good Friday evening. I am meteorologist AJ Rickman bringing you your Friday night edition of First Alert Weather Now. So let's go ahead and jump right into the forecast for tonight. What you need to know coming up for the next 24 hours. We're going to be dealing with a little bit of a shower chance. Now, a lot of areas are going to be staying dry through the night, but there's going to be that chance for just a stray shower here or there. Everyone's going to be seeing some pretty gloomy skies, though, as we go over the next 24 hours, and it's going to be a little bit humid as well. We are still dealing with a little bit of that influence from Francine's remnants, and we're seeing that in the form of that cloudy, gloomy weather. Although we are going to be seeing summer hang on as we get into next week, we will be seeing that sunshine return, and with it, we're going to be seeing some pretty warm and a continuation of some pretty dry conditions as well. Now, as I mentioned, we do have that chance for some rain going on right now. A lot of this is not hitting the ground, and anything that is hitting the ground is just a light sprinkle here or there. You can see a lot of areas throughout eastern Iowa, though, are just seeing that cloud cover that picks up very well on our satellite and radar. So as we go through our night tonight, if you're headed out to any high school football games or just going out for a nice night on the town, we're going to be dealing with a good amount of that cloud cover. Temperatures drop through the 70s and then into the 60s tonight. That chance for a shower sticks around through the overnight hours, but it does look like it will dry up as we get into our day on Saturday. Now, this weekend's going to be nice cloudy on Saturday. Sunday's a little bit clearer, and it'll be a little bit muggy as well. We have a lot of fun stuff going on this weekend, so for that, we'll toss things over to Justin to give you an idea on some of the events you can go participate in.
There are plenty of things to get out and enjoy this weekend. Hi, everybody. Justin Roberts with your forecast for fun. Let's begin with the fun that comes our way for the entire weekend. If you go out and do a little walking, shouldn't have any problems. We have a couple scattered showers to start our Saturday with temperatures around 81, 83 Sunday, 84 Monday, almost 10 degrees above normal. Cloudiest of which will be tonight and through the morning and midday tomorrow. Farmers Market in Marion, 8 to 11 tomorrow, 66 degrees with those cloudy skies. Here's what you do. You start at the Farmers Market, then you head uptown for the Fall into Marion Parade that steps off at 10. Goes from 15th Street to 6th Avenue. Lots of candy for the kids. 70 degrees around that 10 o'clock time frame. Still primarily cloudy. As we mentioned, I'll be there. AJ will be there. Corey will be there. We still haven't decided who's driving the mobile weather lab. This week's football forecast. This later afternoon for Saturday, 3 o'clock. Troy is at Iowa. We'll look for low 80s for the kickoff there. Saturday evening, UNI is visiting Nebraska. They'll take on the Cornhuskers. 83 degrees for the kickoff. And even though it's not feeling like fall, let's celebrate a little fall. Again, we see some of those scattered shower chances this afternoon, evening for the kickoff in the opening weekend of Mum Fest. Cloudy, low 80s for Saturday and 83 for the day on Sunday. All in all, doesn't feel like fall. Normally in the upper 70s. We'll be a little bit above normal, and we'll talk about some chances for some showers and thunderstorms next week. But it doesn't seem like it's going to feel like fall, at least for the next 5 to 7 days. Guys?
Now, your First Alert forecast with meteorologist AJ Rickman.
Well, thanks, Justin. And it is going to be a nice weekend overall to get outside and enjoy some activities. It's going to be a little gloomy on Saturday. It's going to be a lot like what we're seeing right now over our Washington City cam. A lot of that cloud cover just kind of hanging around. It is keeping our temperatures kind of moderated, though. We're in the middle 70s in Washington, upper 70s elsewhere across eastern Iowa, and those dew points, well, they're a little bit muggy. We're 57 as your low spot in Waterloo. Elsewhere, we're in the low to mid 60s, so there's a little bit of that sticky feeling to the air, and we're going to keep that around as we go through the weekend. We're also going to keep that chance for a stray shower around as we go through the evening and overnight tonight. But the good news, again, that does clear out as we get into Saturday morning. Your day on Saturday looks dry, but it will be kind of gloomy as well. Now, a lot of our weather is currently being driven by what is left of Tropical Storm Francine, or what was once Hurricane Francine. It is continuing to spin over northeast Arkansas, southeast Missouri, and into the Mississippi River Valley right now. But as it does so, it's spreading a little bit of that cloud cover and a little bit of some shower activity up into eastern Iowa that you can see. And it'll continue to just kind of linger here over the next couple of days and continue to give us a little bit of that cloudy weather. We can see that right now. That scattered shower activity off to our east along the to our west along the I-35 corridor. Farther east, we do see more of that cloud cover, and that's going to stick around as we go through the night tonight. 8 p.m., maybe that stray sprinkle here or there, and then we do see that 3 a.m. Saturday, continuation of that scattered shower activity. It does look like the farther west you are, the better chance you're going to have at seeing a stray shower. But again, these are going to be very light, and they're going to be kind of scattered, kind of that nuisance rain that you deal with. It's not going to do anything much in terms of giving us some relief from the dry weather we've dealt with over the last couple of weeks. Saturday, 8 a.m., we do keep a little bit of that activity around, but it diminishes by Saturday afternoon. And tomorrow, maybe a sprinkle here or there, but again, a lot of areas, most areas can expect to remain dry. Mostly cloudy skies through the day, and then into the night on Saturday, we do again keep that mostly cloudy sky. Overnight tonight, that slight chance for a few showers. Lows drop into the low to mid 60s. We're about 10 degrees above normal. And in our zone cast tomorrow, we're going to see, again, that cloud cover keeps us a little cooler. 81 in Elkader, 81 in Edgewood. Over in our northwest zone, we're seeing 83 in Waterloo, 80 in Olwine. And then in our southern zone, 83 in Belle Plaine, 83 in Vinton, 81 in Cedar Rapids. And I mentioned that cloud cover keeps us cooler, but we're still a good bit above average. Normal high 78 in our southern zone. We're seeing 84 North English, 85 in Riverside. Now, in your 9-day forecast, you will see that cloud cover does eventually break up as we get into Sunday and then into Monday. Those temperatures are going to stay warm as well. Keep in mind, our normal high is 76. We're starting to cool off as we get into the fall season. Doesn't necessarily feel like it though. Summer is hanging on strong. We're going to see that as we go through the rest of our week as well. Temperatures are in the 80s. It's going to be kind of dry though. We'll be seeing partly cloudy skies during the day, clear skies at night, and then that's going to allow for some pretty nice stargazing for a look at what's going on beyond the weather. And for that, we'll turn things over to Joe Winters.
I'm meteorologist Joe Winters. We are joined by the Cedar amateur astronomers. John and Chris have agreed to join us today. And guys, we're looking at September now. We've seen some pretty nice weather. What sorts of things can we look for in our nighttime skies across eastern Iowa?
Well, Joe, I'll start with earlier this month. So on the 7th, Saturn will be at opposition. And that's a great time to view it. Opposition is when the Earth is directly between Saturn and the Sun. And it's also when Saturn will be closest to the Earth and so will appear largest and brightest for us. Saturn itself will be visible to the naked eye all month. However, binoculars or a telescope will be needed to get good views of Saturn's rings and many of its moons. So if you are out looking, be sure to look for the moons and not just the rings. They're pretty interesting as well.
So can you discern the moon and the ring, the moons and the rings with binoculars, or you really need that telescopic look?
John, you can comment if you like, but I believe binoculars you'll be able to begin to see them. On September 17th, we're going to have a partial eclipse of the moon, a lunar eclipse. This is where a portion of the moon passes into the shadow of the Earth. It will also be a full moon and a supermoon this month, meaning that the moon will be relatively close to the Earth and thus will appear both bigger and brighter than ordinary full moons. Now, even though we're having this lunar eclipse, unfortunately, it won't be a very spectacular lunar eclipse because the maximum, which will occur at about 9:44 our time, will only eclipse about 3.5% of the moon. Neptune will be at its closest approach to Earth, and its visible face will be completely illuminated by the sun. In other words, it's also at opposition. It will appear brighter than at any other time of the year, will be visible throughout the night. However, even at its brightest, it will require binoculars or a small telescope to photograph it or to see it.
Well, thank you guys for that Beyond the Weather segment. Hopefully we can get a break in the cloud cover so you can do some stargazing tonight. If we don't get it tonight, though, by the time we get into Sunday and Monday, we'll start to see that cloud cover break up. Partly cloudy skies will come back, and then we will be seeing the return of that summer-like weather. Now, for tomorrow, we do have a lot of stuff going on. We do have the Fall into Marion parade that Justin mentioned. We will be there doing the parade, so hopefully we get to see a bunch of you all out there. But we also have the Iowa game. They take on Troy tomorrow. Tailgate weather, you're going to be looking at temperatures in the 70s, upper 70s by the time we get to kickoff, and we'll be hanging out there as we get to the end of the game. And as we have a look at the start of your week, we're going to be dealing with, again, that return of some pretty warm temperatures. We're going to be above average as we head into the day on not just Sunday, but as we get into the rest of our week as well. Temperatures are above average compared to normal. You'll see that sticks around, so we're going to be dealing with a continuation of that summer-like weather. Now, fall does get here eventually. The equinox is there at the end of our 9-day that you'll see there on Sunday. It does arrive. Temperatures are a little cooler by then in the 80s, but you can see all through the 9-day forecast we do have those temperatures in the 80s, so summer, like I mentioned, is going to be hanging on strong for at least the next little while. But do keep in mind, we can't enjoy one extreme without the other. So once winter does come and we do have that cooler air, we'll miss these warmer days. So enjoy them while you have them. But that'll bring us to the end of our segment for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all have a great weekend, and we will see you right here again, Corey and Hannah will, on Monday at 6:30.